Hi guys! Today's video is going to be a rainbow eye tutorial video to celebrate Pride Month, which is June. I know I'm like at the end of the month, as always. I run late. Last year I think I was doing Pride videos in like July, but I just wanted to do a quick tutorial for a look that I am imagining. So I haven't actually practiced it yet, so this could be a total mess, but let's hope it looks okay. We'll see. So for the look today, I am mainly going to be using my ColourPop and Kathleen Light So Jaded palette because this has like so many colors in it, which is awesome for what I want to do. If I decide to dip into other palettes, I will let you know, but for now I'm just planning on using this. But my diamond shade falls out every now and again, and I held it on the wrong angle so it fell out. There's dirt in it now. Oh well, let's just pop this back in here. I think it's because it's a super shock shadow, so I'm like, I have a feeling it may have dried out a bit and just like shrunk down, so it like falls out. I'm just like, push it back in to the pan. I probably have glitter all over my floor now, but anyway, it's all good. So what I'm sort of envisioning for today's look is like 3 colors on this side and 3 colors on this side. Well, I did my nails for it too. Unfortunately, I only have 5 fingers and not 6, like, because there are 6 colors on the rainbow flag. So yeah, I had to do my thumb in orange and red, but I really like how the rest of my hand turned out. It's just my thumbs look a bit weird. But anyway guys, let's get back into the actual tutorial. So like I said before, I think I'll be doing 3 colors on this eye and 3 colors on this eye. Hopefully that could change, but let's just see what happens. I've already primed my eyes as well, so I chucked that on before. I haven't done any of my makeup apart from my brows as well. I'll do that after, just because I'm expecting there to be a fair amount of fallout for this. But anyway, going into Royal Jewels with a fluffy shader brush, and this is going to be my crease shade, and I'm going to dust this all over my lid as well. With this, because I haven't done the rest of my makeup, I'm not going to do my lower lash line until after I do my foundation, because otherwise I'll just have to wipe it off. But anyway, that is that done. I'm just going to zoom you in as well, just so, ooh, that's the wrong way, just so you can see a bit better what I'm doing. Okay, so next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and just on this side I'm going to go into this shade here called Carnelian, which is this gorgeous like orange color. I'm just gonna pop this on my lid just in the center. I'm not gonna fill in this area, and I'm not gonna go all the way to the outer corner either. I feel like that may have been more than I wanted to use, but let's just go with that for now. Okay, so now I'm gonna also take a little fluffy angled brush, and I'm gonna pop into this shade here called Ruby. Now this shade is a shimmery shade, but this is like the reddest color I have in this palette, so that's the one I wanted to use for my outer corner. So this could be a mistake, especially using it on such a like sparse brush. I might actually need to use it on another flat shader brush just to get the pigment right, but we'll see what happens. It's doing a pretty damn good job. Ow, I just stabbed myself in the eye. Just kind of like brushing it down. You kind of want to blend it a little bit into the crease as well, like over the orange, just like on above the orange, sorry. I'm just gonna go and make sure pat a bit more orange just on the lid, just down here. Just on another flat shader brush, I'm gonna pop into this shade here called Citrine, and this, ooh, I've just grabbed it so much. This is going to be the color that I pop here, just up a little bit too, so just on my inner corner and a little bit up. I do want to take it right into my inner corner as well, so just on the lid and in the inner corner here. These shades have such good pigment, like they're amazing. Just gonna again go a little bit more into my orange shade and just pop that down on the lid, just because I really want it to stand out there next to that red. So this is what we have so far. It looks pretty interesting. Now let's start on the other side. So I've got red, orange, yellow. I'm gonna want green, blue and purple, just in case you forgot, because I totally didn't. So for my lid on this side, I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pop into this blue here called Sapphire. I love this color here, turquoise, but I just think for this look the dark blue will go better with the other side as well. Like, it's gonna be a bit dark, but I just think it will work better. But seriously, did you see that pigment? Like, this is insane. So next up, I'm gonna take another little fluffy sort of angled brush and just pop into this shade here called Alexandrite, and that's gonna be my outer corner shade. Again, this is another sort of shimmery shade, and usually for my outer corners I tend to stick to mattes, but these are the colors that I want to use in this palette, so this is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to do the same thing again where I like blend it just above the blue. And now I'm going to take another flat shader brush and pop into this shade here called Jade, and this is going to be the inner corner on this side. I feel like I definitely look like I've been punched in the eye on this side. I've obviously got a lot more fallout on this side than I do on this side. Like, I don't think I have any on this side, and I have a feeling it's because this is a shimmer shade. This one was too, but obviously it doesn't either. I didn't get any fallout from it. It could be the brush I used as well, because I think this brush that I used for the red one was a bit softer, and the bristles on this brush that I used for this one are a bit like harder, so maybe it was dropping more of the products than it was actually putting on my lid, which is annoying. But anyway, that's why I did my eyes before I did my makeup. But I feel like this green is a bit too dark for what I want, so I'm thinking of popping into this peridot shade here. Peridot, I think that's how you say it, peridot. I'm just gonna chuck this on my finger and just dab this a little bit up here so it just lightens up that shade just a little bit, just because I don't want it to look too dark in my inner corner, just because it makes me look a bit ill. There you go. It's a bit lighter there now. I think that's a bit better. And cause now I've got glitter on the inner corner of that eye, I also want to add glitter on this side too. This could turn out very messy, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna take some of Sunstone on my finger and just dab this across over here too. I do think that sapphire color may have been too dark, but it's a work in progress, guys. We can fix anything. Not that it needs to be fixed. What do you think? Anyway, I'm just gonna add more of my orange color as well, just because I feel like I drowned it out a little bit. More orange. Perfect. Look at that. Stunning. And actually with the blue, just because it's so deep, I'm gonna chuck some of this, just using the same brush, turquoise, just on top, just to like brighten it up a little bit. May have used too much of that color. Learn from my mistakes. I'm gonna go into the outer corner shade again and just blend. I feel like that's looking a little bit better. I also look like I've been punched in the eye because of all this. Anyway, I'm going to clean this up, chuck on the rest of my makeup, and I will be back to do my lower lash line with you guys and fix this up if it does not look good still. There we have that. I have cleaned up again, and I think it looks a lot better since doing that. I've also put on a blush, but I only put on a very little bit because I didn't want it to stand out too much. Again, I am so sorry if you can hear that bird outside. I feel like it's like this time of day when the sun starts, like when the sun has started going down, and that bird just likes to sing. But anyway, it's just a nice little chirp in the background, I hope, if you can hear it at all. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing something crazy, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it anyway. So instead of matching my lower lash line to my lid, I am going to match it to the opposite lid. So this lid will be the like this lower lash line will match this lid, and this lid will match this lower lash line. Wait, yes, that was it. I think that was it. Okay, so let's try this. I'm gonna use the same brushes for each, like one brush for each side, just because I'm lazy. So we're gonna start with the lightest color on the inside and work our way out. So for my, I don't know why I'm starting on this side, but I am gonna start on this side, so I'm gonna go into Citrine here. and pop this here because I want to go lightest to darkest because that's the way it's going to work on best with just using the same single brush. Otherwise it'll get too dark on my inner corner. Like I'll have all the darker color there. Let's hope this looks okay. We'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna rub off the excess onto my hand. So now I'm gonna go into Carnelian. I am so aggressive with eyeshadow, seriously. There is like so much kickback coming because I'm just like chap chap chap. I just realized I did not clean up my under eye on this side very well, so there's a bit of purple. Whoopsie. Very well. And finally I'm gonna go into the shade here, Ruby. This shade I have to be really careful with because there's glitters in it, so there's more likely to be fallout, especially using a brush like this. Oh, that worked actually really well. Oh, kind of cool. I kind of like it. It's really different. There you go. Okay, so now let's do the other side just with a new brush. So on this side I'm gonna start with the green in the shade Jade. I'm gonna go with a light hand with this just because it was a lot darker. It came out a lot darker when I did it the first time. So I'm just gonna blend that pretty far. I am gonna go over it as well with the Peridot shade. Just to add that little glimmer that I got on the other side, just so it matches really well. Okay, that's good. And now I'm gonna go gently into Sapphire. I'm actually just going to take them both at once, Sapphire and Turquoise, just gently. And this will be my middle shade. I went down a bit low there. Whoopsie. I didn't use the tip of the brush, guys. Use the tip of the brush. Just kind of blend it out. That'll do. Gonna look like the Joker. There we go. And lastly, I'm going into Alexandra just for my outer corners. And again, this is like shimmery, so beware if you're following me along at home. I just want to chuck on a little bit more of the Ruby shade just on my outer corner on this side because I feel like it's not standing out as much as I want it to. There you go. And also I've noticed I'm just going to take the brush I used for the top here and blend this a bit because it's a bit not blended very well. And I want to add, taking my finger, just adding a little bit more of the Peridot. I really hope that's how you say it. I think it might actually be Peridot. Peridot? Not quite sure. But anyway, that is gonna do. But, ow, just scratched myself. I'm just going to add one final touch of eyeshadow, and that is going to be just on this little brush here, which I think is actually a lip brush. I'm going to take some of this shade here, Diamond, the one that fell out at the start of the video, and this is just going to go directly on my inner corners on both sides, just so that there's like a little pop of colour, like of a shine, just perfectly in my inner corners here. I love that little inner corner highlight moment. And I feel like it'll look cute matching even though my eyes don't match. There we go. Okay, I love the way this turned out. I was a bit afraid at the start, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna chuck on some brown eyeliner and some mascara and a nude lip and I will be back. And there we have it, guys, the final look. I am digging it. It is so different, but it is really fun. Like, I honestly don't know which eye I prefer. I feel like this look would look really good with falsies too, but it's really like getting quite late at night and I'm not doing anything, so I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to put like my liner falsies on because they're the only ones that I can use. And also I didn't want to cover all of like my lid that you can see because I have like a kind of hooded lids with like a black line, so I don't know, I just put on a normal mascara, but I put on one that like makes my eyelashes look really good, I think. But yeah, I honestly love it. I really like how this look turned out and I hope you guys like it too. It's a bit different, like definitely different for me, but I wanted to experiment. Like, I feel like if you wanted to keep it the same on both, like have like the 3 colors on each side instead of like having the full rainbow, which I think is really cool because it's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple, and then like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, so it's like rainbows. Clockwise rainbows. think it's clockwise. Wait. I feel like it's clockwise. I'm looking in a mirror. It could be wrong. Is that clockwise? It might be anti-clockwise. I'm not sure. You guys can figure it out. But it's like a rainbow in a circle, and I think that looks really cool. And I hope you do too. If not, I hope you at least enjoyed this. But anyway guys, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about anything that I did or any of the products that I used, let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you would like to like this video or subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate that as well. And hopefully I will see you soon. And happy Pride Month! Mm.